You won't believe the 9 mistakes which I did in last 2 months made me lose lot of time, energy and money. And here are the lessons which I have learned, which I want to share with you. The number one most important thing is knowing yourself. Like Aristotle the Great said, knowing yourself is the most important thing than all the wonders in the world. Like one of my greatest gurus, like the spiritual mentor said, it's not about knowing the wonder like Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, all these things. The biggest wonder is like not knowing yourself is the biggest wonder. Let's get started. Entrepreneurship sometimes becomes an expensive hobby if you don't know exactly what you're doing, if you're not setting yourself a benchmark, what exactly you want to do, how you want to help people, how you want to contribute to the people, right? If you don't know that, you are going to fail. See, and these are the mistakes which I did. And what I tell you is, my mentor like Naveen Jain set this framework when I connected with Naveen Jain and when I interviewed my personal hero. He said one of the most important thing is nothing is like mistake. Every event leads to another event. But what I'm trying to tell you is setting a benchmark. That's the first most important pillar. Now imagine you want to make 200,000 dollars or like lakhs, right? 2 lakhs. You want to make 2 lakh rupees, Indian rupees. Now, time is the most limited energy in the world. You guys, everyone know, right? Imagine out of 30 days, like Monday to Friday, you are working like 5 days a week, right? I mean, every month there is four weeks. And imagine you are working 160 hours, 40 into 4, 160 hours in a week, right? And now imagine you want to make like 200,000 or like 2 lakh rupees, right? Now you have to calculate what is the time which goes per hour, right? If you do the math, you will be able to understand per hour value it's going to be 1250 rupees. Right now, anything which you do, and if you are paid less than that, you have to make sure that you basically delegate some things to your team, and you focus on the higher income generating activities. As entrepreneurs, if you don't set a benchmark for yourself, what is your value of your time? Is it $100, $1,000, $50, or like $10? It's very difficult to grow. That is the first most important thing. Like learn to delegate. Second most important pillar is the business model, right? You have to understand from the demand of the market, what does the market really want? What is the biggest painful problem? Without you as a person, like the market, the niche cannot solve the problem on their own. What I did was, I could not identify exactly what the problem was. I went into the market without knowing, am I really capable enough in this particular niche, right? Not knowing that is one of the biggest mistakes which I did. Basically identifying, does this niche, see, whatever in the 2 months, I'm not against any niche or not, it has not worked with for me, right? The disclaimer, every niche in the world works. Like you have to identify whether it's working for you or not, right? Now basically what I'm trying to tell you is, man, you have to identify. Man means I'm not like gender biased, like it can be woman also. Money, authority, need. Whatever niche you are choosing, are the people having the money to pay the services to you? And second thing is authority, right? Do they have, do they see things as an authority? And time, do they have the time, do they have the need? Money, authority and the need, do they have the need to solve the problem? Can they fix the problem on their own, or like do they need a consultant coach like you who can help them out? That's the question you need to ask yourself, right? On urgency, how much urgent it is. Like some people have the problem, but they keep on delaying, today, tomorrow, next week, next month. How fast they want to do, you have to identify that. And removing the things, right? See, the most important thing is, in any niche when you enter, there are so many things, right? The quality of your clients determines the quality of your income, what you make. If you're not choosing your clients, you will be lost. And one thing what I analyzed is, in every industries there will be like top players, medium players, tire kickers, and like escapers who are like ignorant, who put the blame, who doesn't do the payment. Do you guys agree or not? Right? They don't do payment on time. They agree for one thing, and the big problem is they don't keep up the promise well, right? They tell you like they do the full payment, they don't do the full payment, they do the half payment. And now as a consultant it becomes really difficult for you, right? Because they don't keep up the word and promise, and now it becomes difficult for you to manage the fund, pay the team, everything. And that's why you choose the clients very very wisely, right? You have to identify your business model, identify the topmost 1% of your niche, right? Because every industry has the money. It doesn't mean, see, there is no industry in the world where we can tell this industry does not have the money or need, right? Everything, like right from the water, solar, everything has the money, right? All you have to do is figure out, is it for you, right? And that's how you will be able to go about, or else like you will be stuck firefighting and being in the survival, focusing on the wrong clients. Choose your clients wisely, and you have the ability to reject the people whom you don't want to work. It's just like in marriage, right? Will you marry all the girls or like all the boys? You just choose the person who is like super capable of like who you want to get married, right? Always question yourself this framework. Why this? Why now? Why me? Right? Why should I choose to work with them? Why now and why me? Right? If that question is very clear, the framework which Naveen Jain uses for every company what he builds, the same framework can be applied everything, like choosing your clients to having the right team members. And the next third most important pillar is think, imagine, and reality. See, someone thinking is something different, and like imagining is something different, and reality is different. Deep down inside, you have to identify by speaking to the people, right? Never take hasty decisions and never do something in desperation. Always, even in the stock market, people tell if you take hasty decisions, there is more chances of you failing. You have to analyze the market from the third point of view, like answering from the first principles. You seeing yourself and identifying, am I doing whatever, is it correct or not? Like that, you have to basically do, right? And you have to identify who exactly you work with, you can have the most fun, right? And they don't, if it doesn't if you don't have fun, there is no point of making any money, right? And the need in the market, the right bandwidth, you have to identify that. And that's how like you can be happy as a consultant, coach, entrepreneur. And the fourth most important pillar in learning is core competence. Finding out who you are, right? The most difficult thing in life is finding out yourself. Like Aristotle, one of the greatest like thieves, like some of the greatest philosophers in the world said, right? Like Warren Buffett said, like the Charlie Munger, self-made billionaires, they said if they know exactly where they are going to die, they will never go there. And that's why identify your core competence. What are you really good at? God has given the diamond in us. Everybody, you who is watching this, you have a diamond with you. You just have to identify, because the diamond is somewhere inside, it's in the dust, everything. Now see, pressure, right? The diamond is inside. Now it's all about like polishing, right? Diamond, before diamond, it was just like a stone, right? But it went with hard pressure, like the shining, the all those things, right? And that's how the diamond is what today it is, right? You have to identify, and you have to see what is the bandwidth, what is the frequency which you are roaming around, and what is that clients. It's like a radio channel, right? Now imagine like radio, if you are just fine tuning it, grrr, some sounds comes again. If you just fine tune it like FM, like the proper music comes, the same thing happens over here also. Your frequency, the client frequency has to match, right? Only when the frequency things align, like they are going to do business with you, right? And that's why understanding yourself, like the psychology, how they work, how they think is very important. Based on that, like you choose working with them. There is no any point of working with people who are not taking the action, who are not like so intelligent enough, who don't, because you feel you have done something waste, right? Because you have taught so many things, and if they don't implement, right? And the fifth most important pillar is drive people and team, right? See, the most important thing is when a client comes, what do we expect as a consultant coaches? Like one is like obviously win-win-win situation. We have to make money, the team members have to make money, and the company also has to grow, and basically the customers also have to get the results. Now what's going to happen is when a customer comes, right? And I had this experience, like they got all the coaching, consulting, and when I asked them like how was it different, or consulting versus others, they didn't try to tell the positive point. They were just telling one or like two negative point. This means they didn't have the gratitude for the things what they learned, and second thing is they didn't appreciate for the kind of effort what we did and our team did. Right, this is one of the big mistakes. I don't call it as a mistake from their end, because I basically choose the client. Now that's why it is important for you to analyze whom you want to work with, right? The aura, the behavior, right? Sometimes, because see, our tongue is the most powerful weapon, right? It does not have even bones or like anything, but it can break it or like connect it. Right now, see, you guys always wonder, right, like how I'm able to connect with other people, other really successful people, is because of the aura. I go out there, I appreciate them, I like them, what they're doing. Like it comes from inside. It doesn't mean I'm just for the sake of telling, I'm telling, right? If you find something valuable, give the credits, tell them I learned from this, I honestly didn't know this, I learned from you. That's what is the most important thing, right? That's what any coach or consultant expect. And the next pillar is, see, so much of your time goes before you choosing your niche. Make sure that you are very clear about who you want to help, what you want to help, and your offer, because so much time goes. The first thing is your bio. Like you will optimize your bio, social media, then the messaging, like your messaging, their messaging, matching that. And the third thing is you basically create the script, then the team training, understanding the market analysis, like you write the copy, you write everything, gathering the data. All this goes time, right? We spend time connecting with more than 500 plus people in one particular niche, and from 500 we brought down to like 200 plus conversation, from 230 strategy calls. This all took us like so much of journey, right? And that's why focus right on the first core itself. And then the seventh most important pillar is like laser focus, right? Focusing is one of the most important thing. That's what I learned from my mentor, Sam Owens. He said one most important thing in life is focusing is key. One type of client, choose one type of client, one type of offer only. See, I thought, hey man, I'm so, I can do like so many things, this, that, all those things, right? But I figured out one thing at a time itself. That's the key for us to grow. We see all these big billionaires who are telling, like Warren Buffett has like 100 different streams of income, Bill Gates has so many streams of income, and we think we have to start like that. But they never started like that. They focused on one thing only until bringing it to a certain point, and that's when they diversified. They became from a, see, this is how the transformation happens. They go from a worker to manager to CEO to board of directors to investors. These are the transition, how people go from normal an employee, freelancer, coach, consultant to all the way until wherever you want to go. Now you have to identify where you are right now and where you want to go, right? And laser focusing is the key right now. What you are doing, how you can help the people, and how you can make impact, right? And focus on one main problem, right? Delivering process, like laminated task. What I used to do, one more biggest mistake was I used to focus on so many different niches. I thought like, what's there? However, I know this marketing, however, I know this strategy, all I have to do is narrow down to different niches. But laminated task, I used to bring from 0 to 70%, and I used to leave that niche and again go to a different niche, 0 to 70, 0 to 70. In this way, a lot of time, energy, money, everything was getting wasted, and I was not getting any success. If you want to get the success, you have to not just go from 0 to 50 or 70, you have to go all the way until 100%. That's when you get massive results. And the next pillar is client sales process, right? The eighth pillar is like you always have to focus on having the right channel, right? Filtering out the clients. Before you hop on a call, you must have a system in place. You have to filter out, not spending time. See, the most important thing is opportunity cost and some cost. If you go out there and speak to a wrong prospect who does not have the money for like 1 hour, it's like, imagine your time for 1 hour, like you are worth $100, $200. You basically lost $200, right? Do you guys agree or not? Because you spoke to the wrong client, wrong prospect who does not have the money, right? And who simply came to you for speaking, who doesn't value, and it's basically like useless. And that's why you must need a proper system in place where you filter out the people even before you talk, right? Only speaking to the top 3% of the hungry market in the world, right? Who wants that big change. Because as per psychology, if you just read, 70% of people in the world procrastinate, right? 70% people, in fact, you can just go on Google and see, they don't take actions, decisions quickly. They don't take actions, like they need multiple touch points, multiple things, and that's how they take the action, right? And the ninth most important pillar is, see, if you're not there, the most important thing is, as a coach consultant, your business is fully dependent on you, your team, for your money, for your bread, butters, stomach, like whatever money you make, that's how you can survive. Now I was thinking, what if I can do, what if I die today, right? Can my business work tomorrow? If the answer is no, we have to go and shift our model to a different way, where we can go out there, start solving a problem, where on a large scale we can help them out. Because on a one-to-one call, you are there, right? You have to speak to them. On a sales call, you are there, you have to speak to them. Messaging them, you have to do that. Whereas if I remove myself, if I remove the messaging part, if I go out there, and this is going to be the best model, right? I'll be speaking about this model in the coming days, and do let me know what was you guys biggest takeaways from the 9 mistakes, like the costly mistakes which I did, right? And do let me know if you guys liked it. If you like it, do share it with your friends, comment, tag others, and do let me know what was your biggest takeaway. And do subscribe to our channel, Real Knowledge Club. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.